A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant development in the UK, doctors and teachers are expressing their dissatisfaction with recent pay increases, which they argue do not adequately address the long-term erosion of their salaries. The British Medical Association, BMA, representing doctors, has described the 4% pay rise, effective from April 1st, as derisory and insufficient to reverse the impact of historical pay freezes. Health Secretary Wes Streeting defended the increase, asserting that it surpasses inflation rates. However, BMA Council Chairman Professor Philip Banfield highlighted that doctors' pay remains approximately 25% lower in real terms than it was 16 years ago, emphasizing that the latest pay rise moves them further away from necessary restoration. Banfield warned that the likelihood of strike action is increasing, as doctors feel their worth is not being recognized. The BMA is set to ballot resident doctors next week regarding potential strike action, a move that was planned prior to the recent announcement. Meanwhile, the Department of Health has stated that resident doctors will receive an additional £750 top-up, raising their average pay increase to 5.4%. This comes after a series of strikes in 2023 and 2024, where resident doctors sought a 35% increase to compensate for years of below-inflation pay awards. While they received an average increase of 22% over the past 2 years, the BMA contends that this year's raise fails to address the remaining shortfall adequately. In a parallel issue, the Royal College of Nursing expressed outrage over a smaller 3.6% pay increase for other NHS staff, including nurses and midwives, labeling it grotesque that their pay rise is less than that of doctors. The union plans to consult its members on whether to accept the offer or pursue industrial action. If the latter is chosen, a formal strike ballot may follow. In Scotland, NHS staff have voted to accept a 4.25% increase for 2025 to 26, while NHS staff in Wales and Northern Ireland are expected to receive similar pay awards. The government's approach has sparked debate, with critics arguing that the increases are insufficient to reverse a decade and a half of neglect. Inflation unexpectedly rose to 3.5% in April, raising concerns among education unions about the sustainability of the pay rise for teachers, which is only partially funded by the government. The National Education Union, NU, has indicated it may register a dispute with the government over the funding issue, warning that schools will have to cover part of the pay rise through existing budgets, potentially leading to service cuts and job losses. NU General Secretary Daniel Kabeta stated that unless the government commits to fully funding the pay rise, a dispute is likely. The pay increases, recommended by independent review bodies, are higher than the 2.8% previously budgeted by the Treasury. The Labour government had previously accepted pay rises between 4.75% and 6% to end public sector strikes last summer, but this decision has led to accusations of losing control over public sector pay. Shadow Health Secretary Edward Arger criticized Labour for their handling of the situation, warning that renewed strike threats are becoming a reality. The ongoing discussions around public sector pay highlight the challenges facing the government as it attempts to balance fiscal responsibility with the need to adequately compensate crucial public sector workers. As the situation develops, the potential for strikes looms large, reflecting the growing frustration among doctors, teachers, and other public sector employees who are demanding fair compensation for their vital contributions to society. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.